Now, let's get into the news proper. Yung6ix calls out MI on Twitter.
Oh, wow.
Nigerian rapper Yung6ix has called out fellow rapper MI Abaga on Twitter, stating that he never supported him and he has lost respect for him. Yung6ix made this known via his Twitter page after a certain radio station tweeted about playing their collaboration song titled Grammy Money, which also features praise. He, however, retweeted and replied that tweet, stating the record MI refused to support even though he was on it. Chairman didn't post or repost or agree to come for video. He didn't also post my album, which he was a part of. Yes, it's true, idols turn rivals. Still like your old songs, but I've lost every symptom of respect I have for you. This tweet has, however, caused a conversation with fans, taking sides and many wondering why Yung6ix is coming on social media to talk about this. Just so you know, Yung6ix and MI Abaga have collaborated on a couple of songs in the past. Exports on MI's illegal music to projects, Picking Things on Yung6ix's debut album 6 O'Clock and Grammy Money in 2017 off his second album High Star. Wow. So,
Wow, we're all quiet. Okay, so I followed this conversation on Twitter, and I also saw some people stating that is Yung6ix feeling entitled?
Exactly.
One, and some people are also saying that at the time, which is about 2017, when I think this song was dropped, that he posted on his page. Maybe not about this particular song, but he posted about other songs. But however, I'm not so sure of all those details. About posting on social media, I mean, this is a new way to vent in this 2020. 2019, 2020, everything comes on social media. And I feel like, when we talk about, Nollywood industry, especially when we talk about if you're in a film or if you're in a music video, if you're on a song, what is the problem when it's time to promote? Why do you feel like you have to disconnect yourself from that platform? But then again, some people, that is their own way of dealing with things.
Okay, so I'd agree in all honesty with people that said that Yung6ix is feeling entitled. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to take sides or anything, but I'm just going to look at this objectively. I mean, we all know how I feel about MI anyway. But the truth is, if the person has worked on your project, it doesn't mean that the person would repost or post these things. There's some contracts that you get and you tell the person, I'm going to do this for you as a brother, or I'm going to do this for you. This is work. I'm going to do this for you. But I'm not going to appear in the video. I'm not going to post it on my Instagram, because everybody has this thing now, a platform on their Instagram pages. So there's sometimes that I do certain work that I know that, look, these people just want to milk the following that I have. They don't really need me. They just want to use me, quote and unquote. So I'm like, you've paid me as an actor, but then if you want me to promote this, you pay me as this. If I choose to personally to promote it because I'm a part of it, it has to be do you understand, a personal decision. There's no need to call me out or to say who I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So it's the same way Drake did not appear in Wizkid's video. We all laughed about it and said, Wizkid never came closer. We never know whether they signed a thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to work on this project, just the audio, but I'm not going to do the video. And if you've worked with someone, we've done 4 projects together or 4 songs together, I feel like you guys are cool. If you need to call him out, I think we should call him like, bro, so you never promoted this thing, and whatever it is, but don't come on social media and be whining like a little baby. Like,
wow. Nobody owes you anything.
Yes.
And if somebody has shown support by being in your video or featuring on your songs, I think that it's a big deal. And I think that you should cut MI some slack. I think that, sometimes, I don't know, because there are times that we even feel so entitled and we think certain way. But then when people now bring their opinions together, you think that, oh, maybe I've done so wrong and all that, then you would have to, do the needful at the end of the day. I think that it's just too much on his side,
That's interesting. It seems like the sides are towards MI in this kind of situation, especially on Twitter as well.
And I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that. But moving on to the foreign scene, Juice WRLD died from drug overdose. Now, the cause of the death of American singer and rapper Juice WRLD has finally been revealed. According to the Cook County Medical Examiner, the late artist died of an accidental overdose of oxycodone and codeine toxicity. Now, if you recall, Juice WRLD suffered a seizure shortly after arriving at Midway International Airport in December 2019, after which he was rushed to a hospital and pronounced dead hours later. On the day Juswell died, Chicago police were called to the airport to assist federal authorities who were reacting to reports that a private jet arriving at the airport contained a large number of narcotics. Police eventually checked the plane and found 41 bags of what was suspected to be marijuana, 6 prescription bottles of suspected liquid codeine, and 3 firearms.
Wow.
So, are you guys surprised?
Wow.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised too, because I remember when this story broke and we were speculating that it could be drug overdose because he had a history with codeine, and his mom even came forth to say, don't do drugs and everything. And now that the results are here, I just find it very, very sad because this is a young life that was just cut short so tragically. And, you know, it's just I think it's a wake-up call, especially for artists and people who are growing, like, coming up in the industry, that you have to be careful. It's just one life. You know, sometimes you feel like you have 7 lives. Yeah. You feel like you can do so many things because you're young and you can try out stupid things and maybe laugh about it in your 40s. Sometimes you don't have that privilege.
You know the funniest part? Human beings will never learn from other people's experiences. You'll still see people who hear this, they are doing drugs at the moment, and they would move on. Yeah, I know.
And they'll say their grace is different, sorry.
So we never learn. I do hope that people will learn from this. Yeah. People would learn from other people's experiences, because
especially with these hard drugs.
Yeah,
like,
this is just sad.
We've even been seeing some funny videos on Instagram these days. Very funny videos that people will just be misbehaving. They are running mad because of drugs. I'm sure you must have
seen them,
those pictures. They might be shouting one thing, hey God, and people like they'll be holding them.
I feel like the media has a lot to do with sensitizing people about drugs, because most times you hear about drugs in skits and it looks funny. Mad, oh, the guy don't run mad. It's not funny. There are actually people who are in psychiatric homes right about now for drug overdose that have actually genuinely lost their minds. But if we are able to relate that this thing is not just joke, this thing is not just for cruise, it's actually happening to people.
I'd like to come in there. I don't think I'll put it on the media, in all honesty, because I know that I worked on a project with a couple of people where it was like a documentary on how people overdose and stuff like that. And I know that I got death threats from so many people.
What?
Yes, trust me, darling. Every one of us on that project, we had to like just stop working on it because it was like our lives are involved. So it's not really a media thing. I feel like the government actually needs to do a lot. The law enforcement agencies as well, because some of them will find these things and you say, and they'll find it in the car when they're searching these guys, and they'll be like, oh yeah, give me 50K, I'll give it back to you, and stuff like that. And we were digging deep into that. So we got a lot of, trust me, I started to feel unsafe at some point, so we had to stop it. So I don't think it's on the media. All right, moving forward to another news, that's Bad Boy 4 in the works. Now, Hollywood movie Bad Boys 4 is set to be in the works, and this is coming as a result of the acceptance Bad Boy 3 is receiving since its release this month. Now, according to the sources, a fourth addition to the franchise is in the works, and Chris Bremner, who worked on Bad Boy for Life, and the third one is set to write the script. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are built to return for the fourth installment of the reprise their roles as detectives. Now, Bad Boys was first released in 1995, while Bad Boys 2 was released in 2003, followed by the third installment, Bad Boys for Life, which was released this year. I'm looking forward to this.
So a lot of people enjoyed Bad Boys for Life. Yeah. So what do you think, Amanda? Like, I'll throw this. Amanda.
No, to be honest, I'm not excited about it. It sounds shocking, but here's the thing. Bad Boys came out in 2003. We had 17 years to anticipate another sequel of the Bad Boys thing. Now, 17 years later, it comes out. It's almost like the storyline is almost ending because Martin Lawrence already has a family, has children. He had to be dragged out of that family zone to enter the whole detective mood again. So I'm like, I feel like you might start overflogging the storyline, especially if the sequel comes in maybe next year or in the next 2 years. You see, that gap made it helps with anticipation, but I mean,
I agree with you.
But I'm enjoying Bad Boys for Life. I've watched it.
A lot of people had good things to say about it.
True that. Okay, that's all we can take today on Entertainment News.